I'm having like a really euphoric moment with this right now. So I just went to the store and grabbed a couple of things because I've had this recipe, a photo of a recipe from my mom's recipe box in my camera roll. Well, hello. For months, and I'm finally going to make it. It is English muffin bread from the Sutter Home Inn. And I believe the Sutter Home Inn is of Sutter Home wine fame. So that's hilarious. Crack a bottle of Sunset Blush. Let's get cooking. Now this recipe is in, what are we? Imperial measurements. It uses cups. I'm very inclined to weigh things out, but I fear that this recipe was developed using scooping cups of flour. So I'm nervous to deviate. So we're gonna weigh it, and then if we need to add a little more flour, we will. Naturally, the recipe doesn't specify if we're using all-purpose or bread flour. I have to assume all-purpose, but I might do a little mix. Okay, we're starting out here with 3 cups of flour. I used all-purpose for this. And then 2 packets of yeast, or 2 tablespoons. I just grabbed packets. Oh, this is bizarre. I'm so used to using one certain brand of yeast. This yeast smells different and looks different. Teaspoon of salt. I'll be accurate with these measurements. Okay. A tablespoon of sugar. All right, now I gotta check the recipe to see what else I'm missing. Okay, now we have to add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Does that not seem like such an arbitrary amount? Like, what is this gonna do? I'm really actually not sure what this is gonna do because I'm pretty sure baking soda is the one that needs like an acid to activate it. And I don't know where there's acid in this recipe. Is this baking soda just for show? By the way, I'm kind of obsessed with these measuring spoons that my mom has, if only for like, the leveler has to come off, but like the sensory, like, how fun is that? It goes all the way down to a 1/16 of a teaspoon. Bless you. And it comes with a little leveler. Bless you. Okay, now we're going to add 2 cups of milk and a 1/2 cup of water to our tiny saucepan and heat it up until quote unquote very warm. Helpful. Lest we not forget, this recipe comes from the Sutter Home Inn. We will just make sure that it's not too warm that it could kill the yeast, because we don't want that. I'm using whole milk, obviously. I mean, maybe it's not obvious to you, but why would we be using any other dairy in this? I'm nervous. Small pot, big thing of milk. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, no spills. When I say 1/2 cup of water, this pot's gonna be a little full. Okay. Getting dangerous with the liquid levels in this pot. We're just gonna throw it on like a medium-low heat. It's my smiley spoon. I'm addicted to this spoon. My mother-in-law got it for me for Christmas. And I had a guitar-shaped spoon that was my go-to wooden spoon, but I believe it's in our storage unit while we're living here at my mom's house. So I can't wait to introduce my guitar spoon to my smiley spoon. I think they'll be the best of friends. Okay, luckily for you all, I used the power of Google, which, like, quite frankly, Sutter Home Inn might not have had at the time of developing this recipe. And I'm gonna temp check this milk. Oh, it's plenty warm. I'm gonna let it cool down for a minute. We're gonna be getting our milk to between 105 and 115 degrees. We're not trying to kill this yeast, okay? So this milk got a little warm. We're gonna let her cool down because there's nothing I hate more than a failed baking experiment, especially when I'm following a recipe mostly to the T. All right, the milk has cooled down to an appropriate temperature. Don't overheat your milk. It doesn't take that long, as it turns out. It's funny to think of like beating as an instruction when you're making bread. but we're gonna mix this all together and then we'll add, it's actually 3 more cups of flour. There's 6 cups of flour total in this recipe. This is a little soupy. We're gonna need a little more flour. Okay, you know what? I did all-purpose flour. We're following the recipe as written, and if it just says flour, I am gonna go ahead and assume we're talking all-purpose. So I'm interested to see what this ends up looking like, because it seems very no need, and the recipe keeps referring to the dough as batter, bread batter. I don't know about that. So I have 2 loaf pans. The recipe calls for 2 standard loaf pans. This one is so old I couldn't tell you what the deal is. This one is 9 by 5 by 2 3/4. Okay. I'm going to grease them. This stuff's great at greasing. This is Baker's Joy. Ooh. Come on, girl. It's not going awesome. Okay, because that spray was so bad, I'm just gonna brush it around. Evenly coat. Oh gosh, I hope this doesn't stick in here. Here's where the English muffin portion comes into play. We're gonna sprinkle some cornmeal in the bottom. I'm liking the looks of this. Now we spoon the batter, and it really is kind of batter, into each of these, and then we'll let it rise for 45 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, that was a little tough. I think I've got around 700 grams of batter in each of these. These feels like not that much. I don't know if I should try and like help them out in terms of spreading them. I might put a little butter on my hands and maybe we'll do that together. How do we feel about that? I feel like a doctor. I need the butter on my fingies. Okay, I'm liking that. That's helpful. A little better. Now I'm gonna sprinkle the tops with cornmeal, cover them with a dish towel, and let them rise for 45 minutes. Night night. Hopefully the audio won't be messed up because I have my headphones on. They've risen. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven at 400 for 25 minutes. Feels like a short amount of time, but that's what the instructions say. But it looks really good. Oh yeah. Easy. Here she is. She didn't rise a lot. I wonder if she was supposed to rise more. They're kind of flat. Oh. I don't know. I don't know what English muffin bread is supposed to be like. Here they are though. Oh, they're cute. I think they're gonna be tasty. Ooh. Hello. That's for me. Look, now we're in front of the window. I'm gonna do crazy bite right here. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out because I had some of this bread just with butter yesterday, untoasted. It's so much better. It's so much better toasted with butter and jam. Nothing needs to be changed. Well, Stella disagrees.